I'm Sal.
I'm Beth.
We are the Brewery Lovers, also known as Two Drunks in a Truck. Larry.
Thank you, Larry.
We may have to change the title of the show now. Here's our report on Memphis, Tennessee. They got some good breweries down there in Memphis, Tennessee.
They really do.
This is Wiseacre. Boy, one place is ginormous. Once again, we're kind of surprised at the size of some of these southern breweries. They also had a sculpture garden of famous people from Memphis.
Correct.
But I don't know what you call a person from Memphis because I forgot to look it up.
Oh. Memphis site?
Memphis, yeah, something. Anyway.
Memphis citizen?
I like that. Memphis citizen. Now that, I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, he looks so familiar. Who is that? It's Alton Brown.
Yeah.
But he's not wearing his glasses, which is why that's why I couldn't quite place who he is. But the sculptures were good. They were good likenesses. Anyway, on to the important business, the brewery. Place was just drop dead gorgeous. Look at the size
and
of it.
huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Ginormous. Tons of stuff on tap. Really good-sized brewery as well. And they also had, we like the fact that they had appropriate glassware. That's a thing.
I always like that.
Yeah, that's a thing if you're a beer nerd. You should serve the beer that you're serving in the correct glass. And they really went to some effort. They had a lot of different glass
They had a variety of glassware. Speaking of glassware, can I put beer in glassware?
Oh, that's a good idea. Put beer in the glasses.
In our very limited glassware option.
Yes, we have an Irish stout pint. Actually from Ireland. It's got the Beamish logo on it. Beamish, there's 3 major stouts in Ireland. Beamish, Murphy's, and of course Guinness. We were in Southern Ireland visiting relatives. And in Southern Ireland, you drink Beamish, because Beamish is of Cork, am I right?
Cork, yep.
Yeah.
And this is a standard shaker pint.
That's a regular shaker pint from Trogues, one of our favorite Philadelphia breweries.
It's popular in the United States because it's easy to clean, easy to stack, and durable. And we have it because it's easy to stack and durable.
Yep. What are we drinking?
There's a little bit left in there, so don't spill it. It's green onions from Soul and Spirit from Memphis.
In Memphis, Tennessee.
Which we'll be discussing.
And that's their experimental IPA?
It is. They call it Hop Exploration IPAs, and this one's Chinook and, I have my glasses off. Citra. Okay.
Yeah. I love the title. The thing about Soul and Spirit, you'll see that as we get to it, it's all about music. So Green Onions is, of course, the famous tune.
Did you show the can? Because the can art is just so cute.
I showed the can. It's adorable.
People dancing, and there's a record here on the side.
It's very retro.
I loved it.
Yep.
It smells so
Green
good.
Onions.
I can smell it from here.
Green Onions is the famous tune by the organ player whose name I'm not remembering. It'll come to me.
So good. Everything there was so good. But we'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Right.
Anyway, Wiseacre. Lots of stuff on tap. Beautiful space. Amazing hang. And what did we like? Okay, they had an English mild, which is unusual in a microbrew. Really, really good. We liked that a lot. It was called Partridge on Font. And we also liked the Strizzle beer IPA.
Yeah, it was an IPA.
You said it was maltier than the average?
It was, but it just kind of threw off the normal balance of a hazy IPA. But it was good. It was really good.
Yeah, we liked all their beers. Okay, over to Hampline. That is how you pronounce it. I had to look it up.
Okay.
It's named for the bike path, which runs kind of near the brewery, which is why their logo is a bear on a bicycle. They had this cool globe up on the ceiling, and it was actually rotating, which I thought was pretty nifty. Much, much smaller than Wiseacre, but the beer was really good. Very intimate space. More of a typical microbrewery.
Yeah, there was a bunch of locals there.
Yeah, cool hang. Bartender was amazing. She was really good.
She was going to a Shrek party, so.
Was that why she's dressed as Shrek?
She had Shrek ears and green eyeliner.
I love their sticker wall, of course. A few taps. They didn't have a crazy amount. Love their can art. Everything with this bear on a Penny-farthing bicycle.
Is it a bicycle or a tricycle?
No, it's a bicycle.
Is it?
It's a penny farthing.
Okay.
You guys can look that up.
Oh, sure. Everybody wants homework.
Just a cute, comfortable place. But most importantly, the beer was really, really good. We liked the Nelson IPA.
Yep.
It was made with Nelson Sauvin.
Yes.
Nelson Sauvin is a New Zealand hop, and it throws almost tropical fruit and almost a character of white wine. It's very interesting. And you're seeing more and more of it. Everywhere you go, it seems somebody's got a Nelson beer on.
Yeah, because if you're at a brewery with a wine drinker, it's nice to have something that they can kind of relate to. So it's nice to have that white wine character.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't taste like white wine, but it kind of reminds you of white wine.
Yeah.
It's very, very interesting hop.
It could be a gateway beer for wine drinkers.
Yes. All these beers were good, and you can see how nice they look with what they call Belgian lace, which is that residue of beer head that clings to the glass. That's a sign of a well-made beer. And if you're in Memphis, of course, you have to go to Graceland. But do you really want to spend $80 to go to Graceland? No.
We found the Graceland hack.
Here's the hack. Tell them.
I think it's between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning. They open the yard so that you can go back and see where Elvis and his parents and his twin brother are buried.
Yep.
So it's called like the meditation hour. So you can go in there and walk around. It's quiet, but you get to walk right past the mansion and into the backyard, see the pool, see the graves, and you don't have to pay anything at all.
That's that. Now, if you're really into Elvis, you're probably going to want to spend $80 to go to Graceland, because then you do the museum and the theater and the gift shop.
And the plane.
Yeah, and the airplane, of course.
His airplane.
Yeah. We didn't need to do that, but we did want to see it.
Yeah.
So we experienced it the Scottish way for free. Here's the wall, which has been many people have put their mark on this
layers
wall.
And layers of signatures
of graffiti. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
There's the mansion.
And there's the actual mansion.
There's the landscaper.
There's the leaf blower. Elvis's leaf blower, limited engagement.
There's the fountain.
It's kind of really. You'd think Elvis's mansion would be really ostentatious, and it's really not.
No,
it just looks like
may
a regular.
Have been in the 60s.
In the 70s, yeah, when it was built. It kind of is just like a normal American house. But anyway, this is the reason you can get in for free. By law in the state of Tennessee, a cemetery has to be open at least part of the day and not charge admission.
Right.
So they open every day at the crack of dawn for cheap people like us.
We weren't the only ones there either.
And it wasn't crowded, which is another nice thing. A little cold, but anyway, you go to Memphis, you have to do some Elvis thing. We also went to Sun Records.
Yeah.
Naturally.
And the Lorraine.
We did go to the Lorraine. The Lorraine was creepy. That's where Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. And they preserved it as a museum, national landmark. And boy, it's weird to walk up there because it's the newspaper photos that, if you're our age, you remember as a kid. And very, very eerie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a powerful place. I did not take pictures out of it. It
didn't seem right.
It felt disrespectful, so I didn't. No video. You can look it up. Okay, this was I think, our favorite, which was Soul and Spirits, another ginormous brewery, and it's all kind of rock and roll blues theme. They have a really nice setup here, big window to the brewery where you can look in and see the inner workings. And they sell vinyl. I thought that was cool. How many microbreweries sell vinyl?
Not many.
I can't imagine. You can actually see Booker T and the MGs. There he is. That's the Green Onions guy.
Yep.
So yeah, I had it in the video because I couldn't remember it when I needed it. That was fun. Tons and tons of taps, including how many side pulls? 6?
A bunch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 side pulls. And we were so lucky. One of the brewers, Sarah, was also working the tasting room that evening. So we got to hang out with one of the brewers, and she had us try some stuff, and we got to geek out and talk to her. And that's always such a benefit when we get to hang with somebody from the staff that really just wants to educate us about what they're doing, and it really puts the experience at a whole nother level.
And it was encouraging to see that the brewery was willing to hire a young woman to be a brewer, because it's just two brewers. It's the head brewer and Sarah, and she knows
her
stuff.
beer.
Yeah, we really had fun chatting with her. The beers were all superb. Absolutely, this one's great. This is Green Onions, which is the experimental hop IPA. What did we like? We liked Smokestack was our favorite.
Yep.
Which was a smoked lager. We both kind of have a thing for smoked beer.
Smoked beer.
But it's got to be done right. You know, too much smoke, it can really overwhelm it. You don't want it to taste like a strip of bacon. You want it to remind you of a strip of bacon. You know, a little bit of campfire, as Beth says. And it was really good. It was super well balanced. The smoke was nice and subtle. But all the beers were great. So put this place on your list.
Definitely.
For absolutely sure. So, Memphis. Cheers.
Cheers.